Rah Hokum for the Boxing Voice. I'm delighted to be here for the second time in a week with Kalle Sauerland.
4 days.
Yeah, 4 days. When we spoke on Saturday, I did tell you Bivol is going to do you a favour, possibly.
You know what? You did, and I said you're mad. I have to take it back, egg on my face. I'm not going to hide from it. I'm not going to deny that I said that. This is on tape, or else I would deny it. So yeah.
Listen.
What can I say? Our beautiful sport throws up another surprise.
If you need help,
that's how I'm going to sell my bad. And never call me up for a bet because I don't bet in boxing. The last time I bet on Povetkin beating Joshua. A few grand on that, but it was mainly because it was my old fight. And actually, I thought we almost took him out in the first round, so I got excited for 3 minutes and I lost my money. I just don't bet in boxing. I get it always wrong, and when I don't bet, I always get it right.
Yeah, that
apart from when it's Beaver.
So I mean, it could open things up in the middleweight scene. The word on social media is for your charge, Chris Eubank Jr. You've sounded out Golovkin if he wants a big summer event.
It essentially comes down to cut that one short. It essentially comes down to whether the Bivol option is for the rematch is activated by Canelo or not. He's signed to fight Golovkin. If he fights Bivol, I think Golovkin becomes a real reality. That's what it is. I've got no influence, control over that. That is purely down to Canelo's and Eddie Reynoso's decision. And we sit and wait and we watch, but at the same time we look at, of course, at other options.
Absolutely. One of those other options, again, that's just been talked about, Janibek Alim Khamouli. I take pride in the fact that I can pronounce that properly.
It's fantastic, because I just stay at Janibek.
Bit disrespectful to Danny Dignam, but Janibek is highly rated, but not well known, so I guess...
Yeah, he's highly rated, but I struggle to find more than 2 tapes of him. I don't know anything about the guy. I've seen his record. I think the record looks alright. 11-0. It's not like he doesn't seem to be a Golovkin when you look at his knockout ratio. Because he's an amateur, very, very difficult to find too much on him. So he's a solid Kazakh. I can't really say more or less than that right now. So I actually went on Odds Checker yesterday to check the odds on that fight. Mysteriously, I couldn't find the odds, so I don't know if it means it's that lopsided that no one's giving Dignam a chance, or whether they haven't put the odds out yet. Because I was just interested to see what the bookie's making. I don't do that very often, but it's just weird because I don't know. And anyone I like matchmake, and no one really knows anything about this January. There's no hype about him. It's just like he's Kazakh with an 11-0 record. I don't think he's a decorated amateur.
I think he did compete at high level.
But he didn't win.
Did he win anything? No, I don't think so.
I know enough people who compete as an amateur. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's the next superstar in boxing. 4 days ago, I told you Bivol is going to get taken out in 4 to 6 rounds. So I'm not going to sit here and say Janibek is useless or something. I don't know anything about him. It's as simple as that.
Do you have a good relationship with the PBC to be able to make fights fairly easily?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a bad one. We work with other private more than the PBC, but we don't have a bad relationship. We get on quite well with them. We've done shows in the past with the PBC, and we can certainly do that. But Janibek is with Top Rank.
Oh, is he? Okay,
yeah.
my mistake.
But PBC comes into Charlo. Yeah, so we'll be under the Charlo discussion with the PBC.
Yeah. All right, well, I mean, but before that, Friday night, we've got a great fight here in London.
Great fight. So, I mean, for Linus, it's showtime. You know, it's the British title, and it's his chance to absolutely launch himself onto the world scene. You know, we believe in him. That's why we put in massive purse bid for it, and you know, I hope that shows to him that his promoters believe in him. We think we've got a great fight on our hands, and we also believe we'll go home with a winner on Friday night. Then the rest is over, of course, to Linus. Best stage I think that you could box on. He'll walk down the high street in Luton the day after, and everyone would have seen it on the telly, which you can't always say about every platform. So I think from that point of view, he's had a fantastic ride up to now, and now it's the moment to shine. And what better place to do it than on Channel 5 on Friday night?
Absolutely. And we spoke a bit about your German stable there. You've got a couple of middleweights. In the back of your mind, you're thinking ahead that potentially, as you said,
Super Series of middleweight.
England v Germany.
Internally. Do a Super Series internally on that. But no, I mean, I'm not jumping ahead here. There's lots of fights to make at middleweight. You know, but I think there's. I don't want to put any disrespect onto this final Friday. It's that time. It's that well matched. But it's a credit to the British Board of Boxing Control and the beautiful Lonsdale Bell. It's going to be the first headline British title I think that we've done in 40-something years of being a company.
Do you have options on the opponents for the event that the away fighters pull off upsets?
Voluntaries, not always, but mostly yes. I would say on a purse, but you can't do that. so no, there's no option on Bentley. He's a Frank Warren fighter. We won the purse, but that's why we're putting it on. It's all in.
Okay, so taking a gamble, even though you don't gamble.
My heart rate racing now, really.
Absolutely. I mean, you've been in this game long enough to know that as a promoter, you will have peaks and troughs. I mean, Matchroom, is it fair to say they're looking vulnerable? Two of their biggest cash cows, very, very vulnerable in terms of AJ and Canelo to losing a second consecutive fight against the same opponent. Are they about to hit a trough? And I know you're not bitter and vengeful like some other promoters, but will some of their rivals smell blood?
Yeah, but I don't see it that way. I think you know, Eddie and Frank, they've got a great setup there. They've got good guys coming through. They've got Conor Ben coming through, who we'll see on a sporting level where he can get to. But as commercially, he's very interesting. Josh Boazzi, who probably set the other way around, sporting wise, you know, he's a huge talent, and commercially, I think he's got still some way to go to becoming a household name. They've got fantastic guys coming through and girls. So no, listen, I'm going to put my knife in anyone's back. I think you know they know what they're doing. We always work very well together. So you know, I don't make much of these peaks and troughs. You know, to be honest, if I look at it, who's our main fighters at the moment? So Myris Bridis, Chris Eubank Jr, Philip Bergovich. And you've got the ones coming through. You know, you saw a few on Saturday in Germany. You see some on Friday night on Channel 5. I've had times when I've had, you know, a dozen world champions, but sometimes it's fun also to be making those world champions and the journeys. So I don't know, maybe I've just been around the block once too many times that I quite enjoy picking up like a Josh Kelly and showing people maybe that they were wrong. Maybe that's a little bit more my vibe on things. But would I say no to having AJ in the crew? No, of course not. Or any heavyweight champion, you know. We've had a lot of heavyweight champions over the years. You know, I was lucky enough to promote Evander Holyfield, Valuev, David Haye, Alexander Povetkin. You know, some fantastic heavyweight world champions, but at the same time, it's also enjoyable to bring people through, and you know, so then bring the rewards up. We're almost there now with Bergovich, you know, but then it's just, you know, so many elements to our stable at the moment, so many different levels in terms of where they are in their careers. You know, some are sort of got that superstar tag to them. I need to find a belt now, Eubank for example. So yeah, you're always under pressure in different ways, you know, but I don't feel any more under pressure on that than I do, for example, finding, you know, the right path for a Razor addict who's coming through, you know. Everyone gets the same love and attention, you know, when it comes down to it, because it's their careers, it's, you know, you're responsible for that.
Just you mentioned there, Myris, he's got his mandatory against Opataya coming up.
Yeah,
After
July
that,
2nd.
does he have to, at the age of 36, get that really big fight in this year? Hopefully against Kalle.
Yeah, I mean, he's fresh. He's got a couple of years left. That's what he's told me. How he feels. I mean, it takes a very long training camp, so it really puts the grind in, no matter who the opponent is. It's a mandatory challenge now, so we're not taking that lightly. We've got to go down there. Time difference, those sort of things, jet lag. You know, got to work out the right camp. Spoke to him yesterday. He's ready to go, almost. It's not too early. July 2nd is a few weeks away, but at the same time, you know, you look at the UK and, you know, it's obviously the Cody fight talked about a lot. Some discussions around React-Paul. I sort of put React-Paul out as a IBF final eliminator, or IBF eliminator, not final eliminator, IBF eliminator, which is interesting because it's the eliminator for the mandatory shot, but he's just doing his mandatory now, so that's the eliminator for something that's going to take place in a year and a half. So I was a bit confused with the eliminator status on that fight, but we don't need to do an eliminator. If they want to fight, React-Paul wants to fight now, we can do that now. But we've got to take care of business in Australia. We've got to go down under and do the job.
Fab, yeah, and that's no easy task. Opataya is a big puncher.
Yeah.
Just lastly, you started the development series, and I got excited because I was thinking, wow, Thursday nights, and you know, in the city, Thursday's the new weekend.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing more of them?
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's of course, with Channel 5 coming in, it's sort of, we're planning 3 shows in 3 months on Channel 5, so, you know, I mean, it's a bit difficult to do development series at the same time, but I enjoyed the vibe on that Thursday night, and I mean, it was November, so everyone was coming still a little bit out of that lockdown time, so I think the more you do it, the more you can create a real sort of Thursday night. Thursdays and then Friday.
If you're in the city, which we are,
yeah, we are in the sort of square mile.
All right, I've taken too much of my colleagues' time. I said I'd do 5 minutes, so I'll have to cut it short there. But Kalle will hopefully catch up on Friday night.
Absolutely.
Yo, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.